Perfect.
Good evening. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these amazing smiling people have agreed to join me to play a silly game tonight, and that makes me very happy. So, we're going to be using offline, you guys won't see it, but we're going to be using Roll20 as our virtual tabletop of choice. This evening, the character art was done mostly using Hero Forge, except for one which will stand out from the others for not being Hero Forge, which was provided by the player themselves. Speaking of the players themselves, let's get to them. Can you tell I'm in a hurry to get to this game? Oh, I'm just going to bang, bang, bang. Let's go.
Go.
Bison underscore Stonefist. There, use your whole name. That way people
Ooh.
remember.
If
Put
I
your
was at
link
home,
in.
I'd be in trouble.
Put your link in.
My
And
full name.
oh no, they included the underscore. I'm in
Yeah,
shit
right?
now. It's like getting your middle name called, right?
Right? I'm in so much trouble, man.
Use a
when you-
dive.
what are you doing? Where are you doing?
Smacked
Yeah.
in the back of the head.
Yeah, waiting for the
right.
shoe.
Yeah. No, my mom would grab ears and
Oh.
beard and chin hair. She
Oh,
grabbed me by the chin.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm Bison Stonefist, as
Yes,
you can
please.
tell. I spend a lot of my
Underscore.
time here. Yeah, Bison underscore Stonefist. I spend a lot of my time here. You'll find me tomorrow night on this channel. We're starting Dark Side of the Dodecahedron. I am playing. I don't remember what I named him. I think Jim, just a placeholder name, but we'll see. I have no idea what's going on. It's going to be great. Other than that, I play video games on my own channel, Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. ish. Last time I played Borderlands 3. It was a lot of fun. We talked about guns.
As one does. Next, you know what? I can't do your last all season. I lied. No, Bat Kyle. Hello, how are you?
Hello. I do nothing anywhere that you can find me. I have almost no presence. I barely use my Twitter. I mod in a lot of places, so I suppose you can find me there, but I'm not the star by any means. Do not perceive me in any way, shape, or form.
¿No me mires?
If you move really slowly, it still won't work. Oh, thank you very much for joining us. Oh man, Roosbar, what you up to?
I am a meat popsicle.
A smoked meat popsicle from the looks of it.
Yeah.
All right, well that's okay. We're finished there. Apparently, that's all I'm getting. Save the rest of them for the game. Don't. Your hotness is being perceived. Just so you know. Yes, I don't think that's the side it's being perceived from. Oh, there. Now that you're already on the brink of blushing, Manna, how are you?
We're all on something else tonight.
Yes,
and I love
yes,
it.
lack of oxygen. I think.
I am also a meat popsicle. But every Wednesday you can find me on Wandering Haven Publications. We, try our best over there. Sometimes the best isn't good enough, and weird things happen, like turning into weird elk ghost people and shapeshifters and all these fun things. So you can find me over there every Wednesday. Pop the link down. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time zones are weird. Time is weird.
Yeah.
Time is nebulous, like in space, right, Kev?
Yeah.
Nice segue.
Thank you.
Time is narratively necessary.
Sometimes.
If you missed any of that, or you want to catch up with all of these wonderful people and or all the wonderful stuff that we're doing, including many upcoming games, some of which still have seats available, go to that Discord. Join that Discord. Very supportive place on the internet. A lot of places say that. We actually mean it, and I will stand behind it. We are amazing. There, I said it. I'm going to
said it
actually
and
take
you
a
mean
moment this week. I usually don't, but this week we got a ton of stuff going on this channel now. It is a little bit freaky for somebody like me who was here since the day one when we had okay, we'll do one show. We are this week. This is day 4 of a 5-day stream, and this 5 streams this week, and that is going to be the foreseeable future regularly scheduled programming on this channel now. So Wednesday nights, we are doing a version of a Lost Mine of Phandelver. That is like nothing I have ever seen anybody ever do, including the bazillion times that I've ever played it. There's been one episode and they've already got it so off the rails in a wonderful, marvelous, modern way. If you missed it, the VOD is still up and it's going to be up on YouTube. The episode 1 will be up on YouTube very soon. Absolutely magnificent. I knew it was coming, so I called it a deeper delve. And that is what they're going to do to Lost Mine of Phandelver. Then on the next night on Thursdays, because somebody likes a challenge and wants to go up against a certain group of voice actors, and they did this week and they got a ton of views and it's awesome. Our very own Sarah running their own homebrew world, which started, without being too spoilery, started in hell. But you cannot imagine the group of people that are in hell. You got to watch that one too, because that
one's special.
That is something for first episode. They are both amazing, but that one from last night is, or from Thursday night, was very much not what anybody expected, and I love every second of it. Oh, thank you for the first time chat, Heart Hulu. Thank you. Welcome aboard. We will be playing Toot Sweet, but first I have to toot my own sweet some more. Because I only did 2 nights. Fridays this week we did the Friday Night Fun Shots. We did Crash Pandas in Space. We had a great time. It was over in just over an hour. It was ridiculous fun. Tonight we're doing this. Tomorrow night we're doing the first episode of Dark Side of the Dodecahedron, and I don't know where we're going to put it, but we've got at least 3 or 4 more shows coming. So stay tuned. It is possible. If I can get some more producers, it is possible that we will be streaming 7 nights a week. And those words coming out of my face, just bouncing off the world and coming back, make no sense to me, but we'll deal with that when it happens. We're at 5 for now, but there's only one tonight. Let's get to this one. I don't usually do the last times, but I'm going to kind of this time. You guys had a couple days of fun, partying it up on somebody else's expense account on a space station. But then you had to go to work. And you snuck in. It was fairly easy. And you got into the private quarters of one of the great thieves of all time, who lives up here with their entire family, as far as anybody knows. You got in, you snuck past the guards, and you got to the first of the secure areas, where you found a strange purple-bearded man trying to play war games in 0G. The board twisting in space with the winds, pieces flying every which way. Only a couple of those pieces are kind of magnetic and or glued to a surface. There's rules written on the wall, carved into the wall, carved into the floor, carved into the tables, scratched out and changed, wording changed, entire sentences and paragraphs crossed out and rewritten. And turning towards you as the door opens, this clearly deranged human being. Purple beard sparkling in the bright, overly bright gaming lights. They kind of look at you and grin and go, "Want to play?"
Let me guess. You're a game designer.
You recognize me? Oh, were you at the con? Were you at the con? Were you at the Zero Con?
I was at ZeroCon. I could only stop in for a little bit. Business pulled me away. I'm really sad. That pass cost more than I thought it was going to, but
let me get you my card. And they just they try to push off the board, but of course it's 0G and the board weighs considerably less than they do. So all they do is kind of kick the board over against the wall and they start trying to swim. You can see they're all emaciated and shrunk. They clearly have spent a lot of time in 0G and just have not figured out how to move up here yet. So now they're trying different strokes, like breaststroke and then butterfly and yeah.
You just gotta go, yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
Yourself across the room.
And then he kind of rolls on his back and reaches inside his jacket. His hand disappears for a second. I give you a second. No, nobody's going to shoot him. He pulls out and goes, "Poof," and throws a handful of holographic business cards towards you. But it's 0G, so they just kind of fan out and they're tumbling and spinning towards you. In this slow motion spread shot.
Yeah, just Got one on the way by.
Yep. Put it in a little shielded card holder. Take it away.
Oh, you got his nerd going now. So who sent you? Which game do you want to play? I got like 27 of them. They're all on. They're all pay what you want, and like there's hundreds of free downloads. Nobody's paid yet, but there's hundreds of free downloads of people have taken it.
That is definitely a good sign. Unfortunately, we were actually just told that you were here and to, say hi since we're fans, but we do have to press on. Can we take a rain check on that? Do you play virtually or is it all in person?
What do you mean? Do I play virtually? You don't think any of this is real, do you?
I'm gonna try to get close to him, as if I'm on a vector that's going close, but not coming at him.
Yeah.
And
nothing
as I
you
get
can do
closer,
about it anyway.
I'm gonna reach out and hit him with the slap patch. Nighty night time.
Considering how skinny he is, that would probably hit him like a.
I'm gonna give him a save. He gets 1 die.
Come on, not a 1.
No, not quite.
Okay.
It's a 4. He starts to fade. He's no wait. I got a really good idea. A really, really good idea. And he's reaching for a tablet that you can't see, and he's trying to get it before he goes to sleep. No, but you use 3 dice, and he gets to pick, and he's boats. Yeah, boats. And then he just dead weight floating across the room.
All right.
It was fun. He lasted longer than I thought he would.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Touche.
Gonna actually try and anchor him to something.
Yes.
I was gonna
gently
say Jason would
before
try
we
to
go.
anchor him a little bit.
Yeah.
Anchor him to something, and in one pocket put some juice, and in another pocket some rations, some food bars, something.
Yeah.
And a little note that says, actually consume these. Do not try to make a game out of them.
Jason's just gonna leave behind a little pocket watch,
Yep.
with the note to be like, "Hi, time is passing." A very
wow.
subtle, time exists.
Oh, if you did it just right, a mechanical watch in 0G would go. The whole watch would go.
Doesn't work.
Will start to spin.
Yeah. I was like, wait
Yeah.
a second.
Yep.
That doesn't work.
That's amazing. Oh, what a view. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Yay, physics. So yeah, when he wakes up, he's gonna have this slowly
kicking.
spinning. It's gonna be spinning faster and faster. The longer he's out, it's gonna be by the time he wakes up. Yeah.
I'm seeing him tied from his ankle to the floor,
Using his
with
bathrobe.
his-
Yeah.
Floating like a balloon.
Yeah.
using the strap from the bathroom.
the row, yeah.
With the watch spinning beside him.
Yeah, right in front of his sleeping face. So yes.
Okay, so now that we've taken care of that, which way is the head? The museum.
Is there
Probably should've
another?
asked him before he fell asleep.
Probably. I didn't know how long I could keep that up.
Yeah. There's just bits and pieces flying around everywhere. There's only one visible door other than the one you came in. It's just straight across from where you came in. It's another one of these.
Visible. Okay. I never trust that sort of thing when the GM says
Yeah.
visible. So
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna just take a minute to, if
Mhm.
I can, since I'm perceptive.
Oh yes, percept all over the place.
I'm
Please
gonna percept so fucking hard.
Anybody else want to do anything while he's percepting?
Feedback's looking for a data port.
Data port. Okay. Give me a perception to find one,
Mhm.
because it may not be what it appears to be. Moose, what are you doing?
Nope.
Heading to the door.
Heading to the door. Okay, you get over to the door and
4.
it's mechanically and electronically locked. And Jason?
Jason would probably go with Moose because
Okay.
he's gonna try to engineer this door.
Yep, you can
Right,
get rid
be
of
like,
the.
okay.
You can absolutely get rid of the physical part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to figure out where the physical and if it's connected, wired wise to something.
Yep.
Because again, he's an engineer, so where
You
is
bet.
it wired?
So
to?
you
How
can
do
just
we-
hook up your little unit and start getting rid of the physical lock on the door. Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah.
Give me a engineering roll. So that's with advantage. So 3 days.
Okay.
All right, I got a
5 and
6,
6,
5,
6,
and 1 on my attempt to find.
On your Perceptifying. Okay, perfect. And feedback, you failed, right? Your perception?
Feedback did not do well. 2 dice in the book.
Moose, yeah, you shook the door. Okay, so there's something to fight soon, I promise. Jason, what did you get? You got a successes?
4, 2, 1.
4, 2, 1. Oh, you unfortunately,
Yeah.
wrong channel.
Yeah,
it didn't work. Feedback, you're looking around, and you can't find anything. But luckily, Jet, you're looking all over the place. I'm going to stop with that other joke. It's run its course. You're looking all over the place. You don't find any secret doors or anything like that. You find a couple of vents, but they're very small, just air only. But what you do notice as just a pawn from chess pawn spins by you, you notice the bottom of it has a socket in it, almost like a USB port.
Snick.
Yeah, it's heavier than it should be. Oh, that's got some mass.
Yo, feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 0 G. It's coming right at you. Give me a catch. Roll. We'll call it proficient. 2 dice.
2 dice. Okay. Nope.
Nope.
Boink.
Bonk off the wall behind you. It hits you in the back of the head. You grab it, and you got. It's gonna need an adapter, but you've got it.
Okay. I pull out the data slate. Quickly type in incoming file, possibly, and plug it in.
Find the port.
See what happens.
Give me a first of all to sort of. This is something I've decided that I'm going to add before, because any self-respecting hacker, before you just sort of engage hack mode, you would go in and have a look, right?
Yeah.
See what you're up against. So give us just a regular hacking roll. So in your case, with advantage, to tell me, and if you succeed, you'll know what you're up against, and if you're not,
6 and a 5.
6 and a 5. It's basic white ice. There's white, gray, and black as the rating systems. This is simple white ice. There's no feedback loops or anything involved. Minimal damage. It will physically damage you if you fail, but it's going to be, you will have advantage against it because it's white ice.
Yeah. All right.
Now.
So now that I've done my probing.
Yes. Probe the pawn.
All right.
That was the noise the pawn made when you probed it.
Yes. 4, 5, and 6.
All right. So easy. Yeah. You pop into the system. You are standing in a huge gray wheat field. Like it looks like wheat, but it's in a monochrome gray. And it's blowing in a wind.
Weird next to multicolored feedback.
Yes, and it's even weirder because it's blowing in a wind, but there's no wind. There's no sound of wind. There's certainly no physical wind. You're in a virtual world. But it's blowing back and forth. And as you kind of appear in this world, there's a kind of a leash that goes from your tablet down to this grayed out ferret standing on its back feet in the field with its eyes rolled back.
Okay.
That's your connection.
Just a quick little ID. What type of file is it? Or is it a routine or like?
This is essentially just an access port. You see from this field, as you walk up and look into the eyes, or click up and look into the eyes of this ferret. It's like I said, eyes rolled back in its head. You actually see screens. And then as soon as you tap them, you can cause them to expand. So it actually becomes a viewport. At which point, I'm going to move you to this map.
Wow.
So your map just changed. Bottom left corner.
Three Stooges interface.
yeah, both eyes. Beep, boop, boop.
All right, I can't see.
Oh, this one's enlightened. Boop. 3 eyes. Yeah. Third eye's opened. Yeah. I had to get all 3 eyes. Yep.
Bowling ball.
So yeah.
I can't see anything though.
Oh, bottom left hand. You can't.
I am on the new.
Of
map,
course. Hang on.
Can't see anything.
Briefest of moments. One briefest of
Move
moments.
my token over.
I have not done your thing. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Dynamic lighting. Oh, it is on.
Least feedback.
Save
It's a feedback loop.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
already?
like, bye guys.
That's
it.
enough of that.
I'm out.
All right,
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, I know what I need to do. And
Something sounded weird. My usual music isn't on. There we
now,
go.
how about now? Bottom left corner of the screen.
Yes.
Huzzah! You see the four of you in that room. This is the virtual, like this is what you see inside this ferret's eyes. It's a virtual map of the station that you're on. So the white boxes are rooms, chambers, you don't know what. The yellow lines connecting them are ways to get from one to the next one. The two rows that you can see that there's more beyond that, but it's going to require, there's a gray ice wall there.
Yeah.
But without further hacking, you can now attempt to get into hack each one of these doors as you go from room to room.
Okay.
You can now also control things like the lighting, ventilation. Like you can't suck all the air out of a room, but you can turn a fan on or off, minor stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can control the lights. You can control doors. That's about it for now.
I have no AV access to it. Audio video.
Audio visual, not as of yet. No.
Okay.
There are channels. There's sort of blank places in the system. You can see where there might be some further on, but somebody physically is going to have to activate them and connect you.
Okay.
This is going to absolutely, you realize now as you step to this point, this is good. This is one where you're going to have to be a physical team and a hacker or hackers.
Okay.
It's going to take both.
All right. So I relay what I can see to everybody else. When you look at feedback, one of his eyes is looping like with the data.
Yeah.
Kind of like the squirrel was.
Yeah.
And the other one's normal, so it's like also the data eye is like super big.
Yes, yeah.
Oh
my God, half of him took mushrooms.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So, all right. We've got looks like 3 rooms before I can get any deeper. I'm gonna try and open this door here from
so this one right here for you, that yellow. So yes, as soon as you say that and you start, your hands sort of just subconsciously, I mean, you don't have to think about typing, it just happens and you get your access to your system, and the ferret turns and runs off, and it kind of pulls you along like you don't even have to move. You've sort of, the leash that you have takes you with it.
It's like I'm on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And a really excited dog.
Yeah, this little tiny gray ferret runs you through the gray grass while non-wind blows all around you. It skids to a stop at this stump and just jumps up on top of the stump and starts doing that ferret thing where they do the front and the back, but they bounce at different speeds. So it's kind of like a really excited ferret. And then it starts gnawing at the leash. And the leash is slowly breaking away.
All right, he's going to disengage the leash and see what happens.
The ferret kind of, and then runs off into the grass for now.
Okay.
Yes, someone has had a ferret before. Their favorite game is throw me all the way across the room onto the couch. I'll come running back for more. Yeah. Ferrets are nuts.
I love that little hissy laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't get it if you have any other furry pets. And conversation there is, well, that's enough of that.
Yep.
So yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna take a look at this stump now.
Yeah. You look at the top of the stump, and it's as soon as you look at it, it resolves into another screen. This is another white ice hack to get into this next room.
All right.
So 3 days. This whole first part's gonna be easy for you.
5, 6.
All right. So you easily enough. I'm gonna move. I know like, I'm moving you into the other room. And then you know where they are because, yes, there are some cams in each of these rooms, enough so that you can at least monitor them. You've been in that room, so you can monitor that they've been there. So
yeah, I can establish a link once I'm in the room.
The thing is, as you step into this room from that weird gray field, this room is... Nobody put any effort into this. It's just an infinite blank page.
Boundless void.
Yeah, somebody, they didn't even put like a terminal or an interface or anything. This is a void space in the internet, and you can just see, or intranet, I guess, and way across in some indeterminate space and distance, the only other item in this room is another crudely rendered door icon. Meanwhile,
okay, so I was gonna say what's happening.
Meanwhile, back in the other room, you hear the you guys are working at the thing, and you had failed to physically pick the lock or to physically mechanically access the door. But as you step back from that and kind of start swearing a little bit, maybe not. Jason doesn't swear, I'm sure.
No, he does not.
But feedback, you see the screen beside you kind of go into DOS mode, and then it unlocks, but only the electric one. So now the physical lock is still there. So somebody hacked his door. Fingers or
Yeah, Jet will grab some things out of his bag and give it the old engineering try.
Quick before Moose shoots it.
The same.
Yep. And knowing our luck, that shot's going to ricochet around the room several times and kill the poor game designer.
I was thinking more along brute forcing it.
Yeah.
554.
554. Oh yeah, you just figure it out right away. Now maybe it's easier because he loosened it for you. By doing the electronics part. So
exactly.
The door pops open, and behind you you just hear this D37. Yeah, and as you look into the next room, it's just a big, and I mean big, warehouse, but it's absolutely empty. It's plasticrete walls. There's nothing in here except maybe a couple little pieces of paper or something floating out there in the zero-G middle of it.
Jason doesn't trust it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Space mimic.
Space mimic.
Spimic, yeah. Spamic? Yeah, spamic. Yeah, that sounds... Oh, that's even worse. Oh, a mimic that's pretending to be spam.
Spam.
That's just rude. So
look, I fought a mimic that was pretending to be onion dip. So,
ooh, you didn't have to have that fight on the inside.
Good.
What is your stomach's constitution? Anyway, so yes, the three of you are looking into a big empty room. What do you do?
Can we, since it's pretty much zero-G, can we just tow feedback along with us, or is he like hard ported into something in the room?
All he's got is that pawn. As long as he's plugged into that pawn, you guys can drag him with you.
All right. Well, I'm no ferret, and I have no idea that he actually ran into one. But we're just gonna tie a line to Roost Bar. Are you okay towing him, or do you need?
That's a moose, not a Roost Bar.
It's a moose. Yeah, it's a moose.
Moose Bar.
Yeah.
Moose Bar.
A Moose Bar.
No
problem.
I just
great.
grab them
Now we're shipping fictional people with non-fictional people. Great. Yes. With their own non-fictional people. This is getting weird.
Well, the thing is, I figure if we get into a sudden unexpected firefight, you're the best chance for him not to catch a stray bolt.
Yeah.
You guys drift into that open space, dragging the totally blitzed out feedback with you. Feedback. The thing is, you still got inner ear feeling. So while you're kind of your system shut, it's a defense mechanism. Your computer shuts down the parts of your brain that allow you to move, so you don't flail while you're hacking, right? But that means that all you can feel is tilt, and you can't do anything about it. So you're just kind of floating along behind them, changing it. Yeah.
Well, in my head, it's coinciding with the ferret taking me along.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You work it into that fiction, right?
I'm moving.
Yeah, you just work
It's
it
just,
into that
it was
fiction. I
delayed for
love that.
some reason because the system is bullshit.
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna wear him like a backpack.
As the doors
Hold on tight, spider
3PO and
monkey.
Chewie.
as the as the doors slide closed behind you, way in the background, he wakes up, kind of, and the computer told me his name's Moose, but he's not a moose. He doesn't have any hooves. And then the door closes. The three of you find yourself in a big empty space towing a feedback. What
I
do you
wear
do?
him like a backpack.
Yeah.
Jason still
Strap-
doesn't trust it.
Yeah.
Strap him on.
Doesn't trust
I'm
it.
gonna kick off at like a 45-degree angle so that I'll
Up
hit
the
the
roof.
wall about
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
halfway
Like the ping.
between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can see at the far end of this room there is another door, and meanwhile, back in virtual world, you can also see that door icon at the other end of this poor non-rendered space.
So there's literally nothing else if I try to
Give us a hack. Give us a look about.
I use ID and I don't see shit.
No. Okay. Yeah. All you get is that this is a blank space. The only thing you get with a fail is that it's a blank space that represents a blank space. The three of you, Moose, as you drift up towards the ceiling or the wall or whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's 0G. They're all the same.
Yeah.
You head towards a flat surface, approximately halfway to the other end. As you go, you pass one of these pieces of paper. It's part of a packing list, and it just you can't see the title because it's folded over. But the only ingredient you can see is it's a ripped piece of paper. It says Orega, and then it's ripped, and below that it says Pepper, and it's ripped. Looks like spice list.
Spice must flow.
Spicy.
Not that kind of spice. Where I get some spice. Yeah, at the store, dumbass.
Let's see. By my will alone, I set my mind in motion to try and gather up those pieces of paper.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Paprika.
Give me paprika. Yes, I figured it out. Yeah, give me. Well, how long you want to spend doing it? This isn't about talent. This is about time.
This one until the next door is open.
Okay, so yeah, because you can see at the other end, there's still the red line on the door, so it hasn't been hacked open. So yeah, we'll leave you there then. The other two, what are you doing in this room as you see Moose heading for the other end? Yeah. And
Jet's air swimming.
Jet's doing Jet's doing his thing. Yeah. Jason, you keep saying that you don't trust this room. How does that manifest?
I mean, Jason probably just is like, honestly, he's probably going in and out of corporeal form. Like you still see his image. You still see his image.
Oh, okay,
but
I
it
see.
kind of becomes more and less transparent. Like he's really uncertain. Like he really does. Like he almost goes back into his ball,
He's
but not really.
fading
Then he's
in
like,
and out.
yeah, he's like, like he doesn't like it. So he's
I
like,
also just realized something else too, because the only part of you that actually has physical mass is the sort of the pellet. So when you move through this room, you don't move like everybody else because the rest of your body has no mass, right?
Yeah.
So when these guys
it's his
spin,
ball, like it's
when these guys spin, there's a twisting motion, right? You don't do that. You just float.
like
You're always the same. Yeah, always the same, pointing in the same direction. So
yeah, but like he's in and out of like corporeal imaging, right? Like he looks corporeal, but I mean he can still touch and handle things when he's fully there, right?
Yeah.
But like he doesn't trust it, so he's in and out just in case something happens.
But you're roughly speaking, you're heading towards the other door.
He is, but he's also like look at like why is it so empty, right? Like he's looking around like a lot.
Give me perception then. So unless you're perceptive, just use 2 days.
No, he's not.
And Jet, you grab a couple of pieces of paper. A couple of them fit together, a couple of them don't. But it's clear that this space is used as a short-term, almost like customs area, where when things are brought in, they're set here, and you see things like scanned and approved, tested for, and a list of things with check marks. This is basically their customs. You're muted.
Jason also got a 5 and a 3.
Yeah, perfect.
Jet will share that with everybody. He'll be like, guys, this is effectively customs. This is where they bring things in before they let them. Vanishing cat.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
The cat who walked
cat.
through walls.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. So that's why this place is so empty right now. They're between shipments. These are effectively manifests listing, hey, we came in, we brought this in, we scanned it for this. Looks like mostly they're checking for things on these items that could damage current acquisitions in storage. Like, you don't want to bring something in that has got, some sort of weird page eating rot or something.
Just say meat and then kick off towards the other far door.
Pete, yeah, yes.
Neat.
All right. So, yes, Jason, you were looking around you were just kind of looking around trying to not freak out, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you're
not freak out. I'm like,
perceiving-
look for anything that like looks like it. I mean, it's empty, so
Yes, yeah.
anything that doesn't belong should stand out a little
Right.
bit more. Right.
What I'll give you with a success is this room doesn't get used very often.
Okay.
Like it's not dusty because the air is filtered all the time, but it's just got
Right.
that feel to it. You can tell it's a rare thing, and it's way too big for, you think about it. There can't be more than a couple people living up here, and there's this
Right.
huge, massive void space. So yeah, things are a little.
I mean, and
very-
Jet has already announced that it's some sort of weird customs.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, you were
Is
just told.
there any sort of like place that looks? I mean, customs usually has some sort of side storage or like, hey,
Yeah.
this doesn't belong. Yoink.
Quarantine would probably be a good.
Quarantine.
Not
Yeah.
on that. Not that. Yeah, and you made a decent roll. Not on this floor, or not in
Okay.
this room. So
On
it
this
must be
room.
somewhere else. But it makes
Okay.
sense. There absolutely would have a quarantine zone.
Okay. Okay. So like after Jet kind of says like, hey guys, this is the customs, Jason kind of goes, quarantine must be elsewhere. Because he's also thinking their belongings were
Yep.
taken from them.
Yep.
Before they arrived.
Yep.
So like they're somewhere.
They
They're
are.
somewhere here. And
Back to feedback in that room. You see now that they have moved physically, and it's kind of weird because you're watching yourself get kind of floating across on a screen. Just pass. You can't control the camera, but you can see the passive screen as they drag you past. Yeah.
I'm watching Moose float by.
Yeah.
With me on the back.
With you on the back.
That's weird.
Yes. So the door ahead of you is yet more white ice. Don't worry, it'll get more interesting in a minute.
What's even more weird is one grown man giving another grown man a piggyback ride.
And neither one of them seem to be enjoying it.
All
No, I
right,
think it'd be
fine.
even more weird
It's a
if
trap.
one of them was going.
It's a mimic. Yeah. But
Yeah,
less
I'm
weird
gonna
if they were both doing it. Yep.
Anyways,
Yeah. What do you do? Feedback? Hacking a door?
I get a 5.
Boom. That is enough. It takes you a couple seconds longer, and luckily none of your hacker friends are looking. But you open the door to this next room. What you see in here is like an old school post office. Just hundreds and hundreds of boxes built into the wall, and they've all got almost identical slips of paper slid into them, except for a few of them which are empty.
I'm just gonna go over to a random one, open it up, take a
You
look.
start looking in, and it's this one is 17 pounds of cinnamon.
Nothing on the back.
Nope.
Go to another one just to
Pull another.
sample it. See.
Yeah, pull another one out, and it says 17,000 cubic feet oxygen.
Okay, that's
Check it.
standard for.
Yeah, you check a couple more places. It looks like this is a virtual map of a storage room. Each of these little pigeonholes seems to match a physical space. You can't see the physical space. You're in the virtual world. but it seems like this is a list of things that are in a place.
Do any of the cubicles, I guess, look out of place, like specially marked or what have you? Kind of, I don't know, looking for.
Give me 2 dice. It's not technically gray ice, but it's more difficult than the stuff you've been doing.
2 5s.
2 5s, okay. One of the slots that appeared to be empty isn't, but when you look in it, the card inside it, instead of being at an angle, has dropped flat on the ground, and it's a Polaroid picture of a scarred man in military gear.
Okay, so a person. Does it look like it's a recent photo, or does it look like it's like a regimental portrait kind of thing?
It's one of those sort of, and then the picture comes out of the bottom of your camera, and you have to wave it in the wind for a minute. It's one of those. That's what that's what it presents as. So the color's awful. It's all kind of orangey. Yeah, if you touched it at any point, it's got a big smudge on it.
Like washed out half the time.
Yeah, it only lasts about 6 months, and then it just kind of grays out. But yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the image you get in this. And you look now, and I mean, this room is as well rendered as the last room was poorly rendered. That you can see the grain in the wood, and it's not just a repeating pattern, right? It's not the background in the Flintstones thing that's just the same background going by over and over and over again, right? This is well done. The sense of gravity of the cards bending slightly, this is really well programmed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm gonna make a copy of that.
Of the picture? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the picture, put that in the slab. And maybe look into one of the other empty ones just to see if there was another photo.
You're looking at the other empty ones, and give me 2 dice again. This is harder than just the ice you're chasing.
Well, I got a 5.
Okay, at least one success.
I don't know where that went.
You checked. There's 4 or 5 empty ones sitting around. You check the first 3. There's nothing in them. The fourth one, there's kind of a glitch in the back. When you look into the hole, there's a little, like when they used to do what the hell is it called? Polygon graphics, and they wouldn't quite fit, and you'd see a little space. There's one of those in the back of one of these things, and there's kind of beyond it, you can see that infinite space of the next room. And then the last one that you check has got a blank card. It used to have writing on it, but it's all worn out.
Okay.
Which is intentional. I mean, this is a visual world, right? It didn't digitally decay. Somebody put this here illegible.
I'm going to take a copy of that one too.
Okay.
And while I'm here, I'm going to see if I can maybe try and modify that file so I can read it. If I have the time.
Yeah.
Just get a virtual pencil.
Yeah. We're gonna do this again. Give me a hack roll to have a peek at it to see what you're up against.
All right. We're good. That's 3 successes.
3 successes. 2 6s in there by any chance?
2 5s and a 6.
2 5s and a 6. Okay, not a critical success, just a lot of success. Which means you get the full meal deal here. This is more like recovery than hacking. This is like trying to get information out of a disk drive that somebody spilled Coke on. This is one of those
forensic hacking.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And it's going to be really hard, like at disadvantage kind of hard. And if you fail, you'll burn it. It'll be gone.
I'll wait till I'm back home then.
So just take your copy and store it.
Take my copy, wait till I have the full power of my hard drive or my
and time with me. Yeah, that's the big thing is time. Right?
All right.
So with that, the other 3, as you sort of ping towards that end of the room, the door ahead of you, you see the red light unlocks, and the door actually goes poof, and then opens.
You hear feedback say kind of just sort of mumbly. It's like, found something interesting. Cool.
You guys start to drift. You sort of. I'm just gonna move you here so we know where you're going. But you can go over and look through the door. This is another one of these massive spaces. It's every bit as the room the room you were just in, but this one's full. Because it's 0G, there's like rails hanging from what would be the ceiling or the floor. There is stands and stanchions, but mostly it's stuff just tied to stuff and other stuff. And this room is just full of boxes and barrels and crates and sealed packages and just every shape that you can possibly imagine, all held by bungee cords in place.
Oh, look, our stuff.
Everybody's stuff. There is stuff in here. If this was all food, you could feed 50 people for a year, just from what you can see. There's just way too much stuff in this room. It's massively overpacked. This room, one other thing, because you did so well on your roll feedback. Car goes by with loud exhaust. You can perfect because you can control the audio in this room. This room has a stereo system in it, and you can control that. Up until now, there hasn't been any audio to control. So the three of you in the room or near the room, what do you do?
Well, I don't think this is actually where we're looking for. I don't know that they would have priceless billion credit items just sitting in boxes floating with other boxes.
This doesn't look like a museum in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to Jess is going to go towards the next door if he can see it.
This one, yes. Now, here's an interesting visual that only feedback would actually know. The next door that you see is actually straight ahead of you at the end of this gigantic chamber. Feedback, that's not how it looks on the map. Mm-hmm. So in case you were already wondering, this map is not it's a schematic. It's not an actual physical map of the locations where they're going.
Yeah, you hear a quick whisper. There's a slight whine before he says it. I have a second point here. There's more than one access in the web. Meat space, I don't know what you see.
Meat space, we see one door straight ahead of us, and that's it. And then just a bunch of floating crap.
Okay.
Strapped to other floating crap.
So I'm going to dive in a little bit farther, and what do I see?
You start looking further into this system. Actually, at that moment when you just sort of hit your deck and dive back in, the other three of you, give me perceptions, please.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So 3 if you got it, 2 if you don't.
1 success on my end.
2 successes.
All right. Moose.
9.
Moose succeeded.
1.
There we go. 1, that's enough. All 3 of you hear it at the same time. There's a mechanical click first, like somebody flipping a switch. And then you hear twang, 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 twang. And you see, about the 4th one, you see one of the bungee cords. There's a tiny little explosion about halfway along it, and it just and snaps open and snaps apart, and the stuff that it's holding starts to float free. That's happening all over this room now.
No.
I'm bolting to the off to the side to grab some cover.
Okay. They can cover Jet. Yep. They can cover Jason.
I mean, Jason has an eidetic memory, so he knows what the room kind of looked like before things were moving. Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay, and he's an engineer too, so like trajectory, right? He's like, and he's going through where things are moving.
You're gonna try and head towards the target. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
In that case, you're there. Moose is in cover. Jet, you were taking cover?
Yep.
Oh man, you gotta stop yawning. It's killing me.
It's killing me too. We're all old. You gotta stop this.
Okay, well, we're gonna get a fight right now. So, with that, you, Jason, you're like just ducking around stuff. You come up past a box and you see leaning against a frame in the far corner, a human being with a big scar across his face and a rifle, which he swings up towards you and pulls the trigger.
No.
2 3s and a 4. Really? That's how we're going to start tonight? Okay. It's coming right at you, and then a box comes across and
yeah.
I know. Yeah, the box slides in front of your face. You kind of see it shudder as the bolt hits the other side, and then the box explodes right in front of you. And for a second, it's like until you realize it's like popcorn. And he just caused like a kilogram of popcorn to all go off at once right in front of you. So
That's why it blew up.
He did miss you, but yes.
When that happens, Jason just kind of goes, "Weapon."
Jason, yeah, you're up. What do you do?
Like he says it out loud. Like it's not just things moving around because they're moving around. Other people can't see.
Absolutely, Jason. What do you do? Yeah, you can see him.
Yeah. So Jason, first of all, kind of yells out like, "Enemy, weapon!"
Yeah.
Because again, he doesn't swear. If he sweared, he probably would be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
But he's just like, "Enemy."
Yep.
And he has his like own engineered thing, right? So he kind of like shimmers a little bit, and he changes his form, and he has like a weird gun, not gun.
Yep.
Right. It's his own back alley kind of zappy laser pistol.
Yep.
That's pre-programmed into him, so it's not really something they can confiscate.
Yep.
And he just tries to like, as the popcorn explodes, he kind of like to the side, because again, he doesn't twirl, he just
rotates.
rotates and fires back at this guy.
So normally you would have advantage with that weapon, right? Because it's your special tool.
Yeah,
the trick is you're fighting in space, in a space with stuff flying all over the place against a specialist in 0G fighting. So every talent that you would have is reduced by 1 step. So instead of advantage, you have to roll a test. So 2d6.
Okay.
5s and 6s. You get 2 actions per round, so you can focus and shoot, or shoot twice, or suppressing fire, all those wonderful things.
Well, that's Snake Eyes. So.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is easy. You are now surrounded by burning popcorn. Your laser went off, and it just kind of that. It's all the fake butter, because it's an edible oil product, right? So it all just ignites,
aerosolized,
like flour. Like a cloud of flour. Just whoomp.
And now it smells like burned popcorn. I hate that.
That's horrible. That's hideous.
Oh, Jason can't smell though, so it's
fine. You're fine, but the rest of the people are like, oh, come on, Jason.
So we have 2.
Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 S's on the gross from chat.
Yeah, that's dice jail with these ones.
All right, next, Moose. You're military, so I'm going to give you this slight jump over Jet, who's also military, but slightly less keen. Well, let's go with that. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to basically like push off / ricochet off of something.
Yep.
And cross back through a line of sight.
Yep.
To the guy that's
like the meteor scenes in every space movie ever. Except you can't do this because even in this game, physics has some applications in reality. But you're pushing off.
It's the 0G version of the action hero sliding across the middle.
The John Woo.
In that case,
Mr. Woo.
At 0G, let's have this at. Normally, you'd be very proficient at this, but again, -1. So let's give it just 2 dice. Yeah.
Right.
You heard from the room behind you. Back in the original room, he's developing a wildlife game. Yes, succeeds. All right. So you kind of boom, 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 pushing stuff aside as you get there. You come out into this little clearing, and you realize that where this guy is, none of the bungee cords have popped. It was a trap, right? He just pushes a button, and it sets off all the loose shit in this room except right where he is. So that first of your 2 actions got you into contact with this guy, or like into this space with this guy. What do you do now? You got 1 more action left.
I've got my little I brought what are they called? They're injector. They're injector pistols. They're dart guns.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, dart guns.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So fire. Did they have special things, or they just do never? They just do damage. Either way. It doesn't matter what they do. It's either it's sleepy damage, and if they make a save, if they fail to save. So yeah, okay. Go ahead. One shot, just regular, just 2 days.
2 days.
You got it.
6.
You kind of, because it's a physical dart, so it kind of knocks you back, spinning slightly the other way. But it's a tiny dart, and you're big, so it's not much. You drive into him, doing 1 point of physical damage, and they do make the save. So no, they not likely. And you look in their eyes, and you can see they're just amphetamine to the eyeballs, like they're on their go fight pills. So it kind of offset this particular dart. That's
too angry to sleep.
Yes. Jet, what are you doing?
Well, Jet is not very proficient with these narco pistols.
Yeah.
But you know what? We've got to get this guy out of the running. So
you're at disadvantage because you're not. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Fire away.
So first one. 6.
A 6. Wow. Yeah. You just and you're not very good at this, but it bounces off this of a case of it bounces off a case of kale. See, kale is good for something. It bounces off a case of kale and strikes the guy at the end. Let's give him another. Yeah, these are narco pistols. Nope, didn't make that one. So he starts to. I'm just doing extra points of damage for the narco damage, but yes, he starts to. One eye starts to flicker. He's totally focused down though on Moose because Moose is right in front of him, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
That was your first action. Second action.
Second action. We're gonna shoot again.
Shoot him again. Shoot him again.
It worked once. There's no way it won't work twice.
That's right. Not at disadvantage. It'll be fine.
And a 5.
A 5. You hit again. Oh. Wow. So again. This one, it's like you didn't bank it, but the thing rolled out of the way at the last second, opened up the shot, and you hit him again. And he makes the save. So he just reaches down and pulls it out. He squeezes it. You see the blob come out and start to float away in 0G. And he kind of watches it for a second because he's a little sleepy, but then he lets it go.
I'm just seeing him look like Ace Ventura in Ace Ventura 2.
Yeah. Oh, and that just made me...
darts is too much.
And that just made me think of Tim Conway, the dentist. And watching Harvey Korman just corpse, absolutely dying in the chair. But anyway,
what was that one with Will Ferrell and he takes the freaking trank dart to the throat?
I think that was old school.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
All right, so their turn again. Moose, you're right there. He kind of closes the eye that isn't working, and you see him bring up a pistol and have a shot at you. 1 hit. That's a 5. So 1 point of damage as it the pistol, the small mass slams, the plasma mass slams into you as he grabs a bracing to brace himself. He looks at you and pulls the trigger again. Ooh, that's So he shoots you the first time. You kind of shudder, and then he shoots you again right in the same hole.
Cornhole.
So is that more damage? Or
yes,
is it like
2 points total. I'm not gonna make you do 3.
Then your Moose's mouth opens and tickets start coming out.
If it had been 2 6s, that would have been an extra point of damage. But it was only a 6 and a 5. So he shoots you twice. Jason, what are you doing?
Okay,
this guy's still wobbling.
Yeah, Jason is gonna go up to him, try to get closer to where Moose is.
Yeah.
But to the side a little bit, right? But I mean, it's 0G, so he's doing the best he can. He probably tries to shove off a crate, and he doesn't weigh much, so he might have a little bit better oomph there. And
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. So you scoot across, and then you're gonna attack him with what? Punch him?
Yeah.
Shoot him?
He's gonna try to no, he's literally gonna try to skirt past him and just clock him as he goes.
All right. So that would be light melee. Is that what you're good at?
Yeah, it'd be it'd be a 1 for him.
Okay. At disadvantage, you take a swing.
6.
Yes. So you're incorporeal until just before you get to him, and then it hardens up and bang right in the chin. And you kind of spin his neck around. What the hell was that? That's not fair. That's hardly nice at all. And he's kind of just floating there, almost dropping. The ref is leaning in, looking at him to see whether he's going to stop the fight or not. It's that close.
I'm just seeing
that was
Jason just sort of like
attack.
full like bad action movie. Just
Yeah.
straight
like
line.
every one of those zero G anime jumps ever, where they take off in Tokyo and land in Nanking, and they've never lost a 6-inch jump that they did the whole way there.
Yeah.
But yes, you zip past and deliver a shot on the way by. Moose. He's wobbling.
I'm gonna launch myself straight for him.
Get it? Yeah. And try and do it.
Beware the rampaging moose.
Yeah. If I can, I'd like to just tangle up and
of course you can.
Full on engage melee.
Yep. So you want like sort of zero G grapple them?
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's do a compared roll. I don't even remember. I don't think this is even in the game. We're both proficient. So 3 versus 3 dice to try and grapple who?
Flying butt scissors.
What'd you get?
6, 4, 3.
Oh, close. He got. I'll show you. I can show you. Don't drop it. It's 2 6s and a 5.
Ooh.
You come at him and throw an arm out and throw a leg out. He like grabs the arm, grabs the leg, and just pretzels you. Just and folds you up. And your shoulder, he just starts putting your shoulder where it shouldn't be. Give him 1 point of damage from the attempted dislocation as he's trying to pull your arm out. He's basically got you in like a mounted crucifix in 0 G with one leg and one arm instead of both arms. I like how grappling works in this game. It's fun how we invented this. That's only one action though. You still got one left. What do you do? He's got you. What are you doing?
I've got a free arm.
Yes, you do. Yep.
While I'm feeding it to him.
Yes. How do you solve a black belt in jiu-jitsu? You punch him in the face till he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. That's how you do that. Yeah. Give me an attack.
Do it again.
And I know you're good at punching. And this is melee, so no disadvantage for this. This is just punching people. So 3 dice.
2 successes.
Yeah. Just paf. Well, I'll give you. You got 2 punches. You got 2 successes. So with 2 hits, tell me how you knock this 0 G space pirate out.
Oh, there's a fist.
Yeah.
And then when he lets go a little bit of tension,
Yeah.
it continues into an elbow right into the nose.
And because you throw the hit and all that mass would get you moving forward. So yeah, it's all still there, and you just deliver the elbow after it. So it's just. And on that second one, you never hear that sound twice when somebody stands up. Yeah, they just go rigid for a second and then go limp under your elbow, and they just start floating.
Crunching noise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And him, as he's floating away, you just see little droplets of blood forming around his nose and his mouth, and every once in a while they just float away.
I'm just gonna wedge him in between some
stuff the body in amongst a couple of crates and keep moving. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's still 5 S's from the last one, but that was pretty gross too. So
you get a little update from feedback. My equilibrium's all over the place.
Yeah, well, that whole fight, you're just what happened? Oh, you're on his back, so you were pressed between the two of them for that whole grapple.
No idea what's going on.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, and yeah, you got all those physical sensations while you're standing perfectly still in a virtual world.
Oops, I forgot to drop the
basically
hacker
a
before I got to a fight.
Next time, stick him to the wall. Thank you.
I honestly was half expecting Moose to just like grab the rope and whip feedback around like a flail.
Just using him like a club.
Use this motherfucker to beat the shit out of this other motherfucker.
So you knock this guy out.
Yep.
With this final shot. So he's floating unconscious in space.
We're gonna give him a couple good night patches.
Yep.
Gag him, bind his hands and feet, stuff him in a crate.
Yep.
The one that says used underwear. Just gonna pry it open, stuff him in.
No, shove his mouth with burnt popcorn. It's fine.
Oh god, the digital picture in your pocket changes. Feedback. I don't know if you're looking or not, but it's now him in a box with a bunch of popcorn.
That's unfortunate.
With that,
Guess he's not important.
Yeah. Feedback. There's only one way out of this room. It's a white hack. I want to get you guys into
what
this.
What is this up here, though?
That you see is in fact the first gray ice. There's absolutely categorically stuff behind it, but you see those lines where they go from yellow to orange. Mm-hmm. That's where it goes from white ice to gray ice. And if I had a museum, there's no point. In other words, I get exactly where you're going. There's no point in continuing to sort of do the old school D&D, every door on the left and leave no one behind you routine. Yeah. That's not why you're here, right? So yes. Yeah, and I know none of the rest of you can see that map. That's kind of the cool part of this, is only the hacker can see the map. So
all right. So I'm gonna, by the way, we never actually, what is the net space here look like? The last room was the Boundless Void.
Yeah, this room was the post office with all the boxes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And the picture of him was the guy that they fought.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't gotten into this next room.
I thought this room was the post office. It's just sort of both.
This room was the post office that he was in, yeah. In your world, it's a post office with the picture. In their world, it was the storage room with the soldier. And every item in that room was an item in your post office. I thought we were in
this room already.
No, not quite.
I got confused. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to open this door.
Absolutely. But because of this, I mean, because you've figured this out, I'm going to move you all to this next room. You get through the next door here because this is just this is a true storage room. This is after it's all been shipped in and been searched and everything else. This particular room is mostly really expensive spices and oils and like real high-end luxury items, but it's all been here so long it's rotted. It's all but valueless. This was all stuff that had a shelf life, and it's all way past due. That door to the north.
It would smell like a Yisk's in there.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that combination of that combination of sweet and
everything.
moldy and just all kinds of very contradictory, ambivalent smells. I think because humans don't process smell very well. It's a very small part of our brain, so we kind of smell one big mass and then have to try and process it. Apparently, dogs smell individual odors out of that. So we smell stew, they smell potatoes, steak, sauce, onions, carrots, right? Was the analogy that I heard. So who knows? It's 20 years ago. It's probably bullshit. But it's kind of interesting, if nothing else. Anyway, the room to the north, because I want to move this along. You realize now that the rest of this area must be storage, but to get to the more private areas, there's a door that looks like it's to the north of where you are. And weirdly, in this room, it is physically to the north as well. This room shows up as, this one's weird feedback because it looks exactly like the camera that you're looking at of this room. It's a 3D representation physically of itself. So it's a storeroom with rotten shit in the real world, and in your virtual world, it's a storeroom full of rotten shit, but you can't smell it because there's no smell in VR.
Yeah, just like, I imagine this would smell really
This must smell awful, yeah.
I mean, he is physically in the room still. Does it
that is true, yes, smelling? That is true, yes, yeah, that's right. So yes.
I didn't buy a hat.
That would be a weird sensation, because you'd be used to smelling the room that you did your hacking from while you were, it would just sort of be subliminal. But this time the smells match. That would be very it's like character bleed, except your virtual character to your physical character is weird.
I didn't have a haptic upgrade.
You remember getting the smell upgrade. I don't like it. All right. Hack that door, I guess. Unless you have something else you guys want to do in this room.
Oh, we have a crit.
It's 2 dice.
2 6s and a 5.
It's only technically 2 dice because it's gray ice, but 2 6.
2 6.
Yes, your 2 6s. Yep, absolutely. You pop this door, and for you, lighting. That line there goes away.
It come up with, I've seen this subroutine before.
Yes.
Boink.
And you just bam, and you can see now the whole next 6 areas above you. There, because it's a crit, you see some weird almost like footprints. You can tell which of these paths on this floor are getting the most traffic. So they are, I'm going to draw them on here for you. From where you guys are up to this room, gets tons of traffic. Over to this center room, gets lots of traffic. Going straight up there and straight up there.
Okay. So I would assume.
Open you.
Oh gosh.
Up into this
I'm
room.
trying to think.
Oh, you just successfully hacked your way into this room. I gotta tell you what you see before you think.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a room, man. This is set back while I describe what you see. You're looking through the columns, and you see that this room looks like a lavish private beach at a private villa, like the sort of Mediterranean white walls with the tiled roofs.
Mm-hmm.
Except that the ocean is clearly projected on the wall. You can see the control panel for this room where you're sitting, right? The ocean is projected on the wall, just like a certain Zoom background with that repetitive wave thing on the beach. It's basically that. And there's a pool in front of it. It's like an infinity pool sort of thing, or it's just made to look like it blends into the ocean, but it's a different color, so it doesn't quite work.
Wall.
Yeah. Also, actually, give me you're a fart smeller. Give me 2 dice for this first round.
Nothing.
Okay. Beside the pool, there's a young 20-something human female sunbathing under a lamp. Like it's just a big sun lamp that's not that far above them. They are actually, you can see them holding on slightly to the railing of the chaise that they're laying on, because this is all 0G as well in here. And then sitting on the end of a diving board over the pool, there's a slightly older male, sort of late 20s. He's got his feet pulled up, so he's pinched his thighs and his legs around the end of the diving board to hold himself in position. And he's watching a naval battle play out on the surface of the pool. It's not toy ships. It looks for, like, no matter how close you zoom in, the resolution is amazing. Like when they fire, you see the smoke. You see the whole little ship move sideways and moves the water.
This is the meat space that I'm seeing through the
through the cameras.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a quick heads up: 2 civilians. They don't appear armed. It's a beach.
Question mark?
Your space, the virtual space that you are in it's the control room for that. So that room is sort of a 3D hologram in front of you on a desk, and then you've got a control panel on your side of it that you can change, images and sounds and lighting and all that stuff.
All right. What can I play with?
There's everything there. What do you want to do? Just as you reach for a button, the other 3, the door ahead of you pops open. On your back, you hear feedback giggle slightly.
Take a little peek ski.
In a slightly evil sort of way.
Him.
Yeah.
I was going to assume that was him that opened that door. I'm going to pull like a little med kit out of my belt pocket and try to do something about the hole that I have.
You got one hole, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got one more hole than you had at the start.
Shove a tampon in it.
So give me
Let's go.
What is it? You roll regular for yourself and a disadvantage if you're healing somebody else, right? Sure, that's what we're going with. Roll it regular. You get 2 points if you heal successfully. I remember that part.
No.
Nope. Okay.
That's with the medic feat.
Oh, is it?
You get the 2 points. If it's regular, it's just 1.
Okay. Either way, you failed, so no.
Yeah.
You put a band-aid on it, but you don't feel much better. You just stop bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
But You peek in. The other two, Moose, you finished packaging yourself up, patching yourself up. It started with the same 2 letters. What are you doing?
I mean,
I'm gonna swing through the door, but keep a hold on it.
Yeah.
Just like gently.
Yeah.
Pull
And
myself
Jason?
in, do a little peekaboo.
yeah, Jason is probably like lingering behind. Jason's also probably like assesses feedback a little bit because
Yeah.
feedback's been like out
Yeah.
physically,
Oh yeah.
you know. So Jason is like,
He's
like
scanning
on
it.
feedback, you know, making especially with the giggle. Jason's like,
Yeah, you scan them and give them heat scans and EEG readings and that sort of thing that you can
yeah.
get
So
from this
he's kind of
distance.
following behind me to make sure that feedback is still okay.
Oh,
This is a regular
he's
run
showing
for me.
signs of joy. It's really kind of like
Yeah, that's
border
why Jason's confused.
with just a hint of cruelty, sort of like just a touch of cruel joy.
Right. So Jason like does not compute in Jason's head, so that's why he's like feverish. What?
Oh,
You know?
it's the like
Nope.
it gets even better when damage has been done. Like,
Yeah,
now I'm injured. This is even more interesting.
yeah. Now you woke up. It's like Paddy Pimblett, the fighter. His 2 famous lines are, "You canna knock a scouse out," and the other one's, "You gotta hit me once just to wake me up." He's famous for like literally they hit him, the entire stadium goes ooh, and he just grins and it's like, oh, there we go. It's
Yeah.
I've seen that fight.
I'm up now.
That kid's
I'm
nuts.
awake
That's a
now.
classic.
That kid's nuts. But anyway, some people are born to fight. Anyway, as
That's
the
just-
Moose, you kind of slide in the door. Jet, you peek in the door. Jason, you loom slightly behind them, going.
Yeah. Yep. Whoop.
At that moment, and just as you're reaching for the control panel feedback, you hear the young lady say, "I'm bored. Show me something new." And the man sighs, and the boats just disappear off the surface of the water. So does the water. That's what I got you to roll for earlier. This is 0G. That pool can't be full of real water. The water disappears as well. Over by the woman, a field of unicorns and fairies and rainbows appears on a table. And you've heard of this tech. This allows you to essentially project your imagination to a certain range. Everybody in the room, including holograms, can see what you imagine.
Come with me.
Yes,
And you'll
yes,
be
yep.
in a world of pure imagination.
As that last note of imagination dies out, and we probably just got another copyright strike. Don't mess with the mouse. Give me the imagination projector to the bathrobe, GM. No, you don't want to see what's inside that head. I know. The unicorns and the fairies and the rainbows start to melt. Like everybody at the scene in Indiana Jones movie when they open the Ark
Ark of the Covenant.
Just the candle melt. All of them just down onto the table and off the side of the table, and the lady starts to laugh hysterically. Oh, I love it! I love it! I love it! And then she stops. Just bang. I'm still bored. Decal, hurt Mr. Rivera. And out of the darkness, a titanium arrow whistles across the space and drives into the guy's shoulder. He kind of leans back for a second and he gathers himself, and you see the psycho, like the psycho lights come on, right? He just comes leaning back and he pulls it out, and he looks up and his eyes become like flashlights. He's using his ability to light up that whole section of the room. He sees, and you see too, this Columra dressed all in black, snuggled down, sneaking, hiding behind a girder that's been left unsprayed with this fake concrete. And those lights just, they come down to tight laser beams and blast out. You can see even from this distance, the Columra flinches as both of his eyes pop. And the woman starts to laugh again. "Oh, Mr. Rivera, now your magic can't work on him because he can't see. But he's every bit as dangerous as he ever was. When we were young, he used to shoot the pips off of playing cards blindfolded. Riviera jumps up and just pushes himself heading towards the door. You hear, Tikal, kill him, but make it hurt and make it take a long time and make sure you get video, as the two of them head out the far end of the room through a door. The hunter and the hunted. There's a brief pause and she looks up. Not at you, but just sort of up and looking around. She says, the head told me you were coming. I built the head. Did you know that? As a project for school. Grade 9. You can come out now. I know you're here.
No, we're not. No, just kidding.
Where you guys come in, it's kind of like, why is this the description that came to mind? Like the entrance to a public washroom. Like you kind of go in and then go around the wall and then out into the space itself. So she still can't see you. You guys are just in that little entranceway.
Kind of like when you're coming out of a public pool.
Yeah. Yeah, out of the showers, yes. There's no door, but there's that wall
There's
to
that
make sure that
weird
nobody's
safety
doing any
thing.
weird pee-pee shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
For Jason's part, he kind of like, again, like, you know, and his total, because like his last image was like total battle ready, right? So he, and like he probably looks a little bit more like presentable, like he does day to day.
Yeah.
Now Jason's day to day is not like super fancy or anything,
No.
but you know, he has his like normal hair and like a cleaner t-shirt, right? I mean, because
I love the idea
Jason
that a
doesn't
hologram has a
need
dirty
comfort.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, he has a cleaner t-shirt because, like, you know, he tries to like look the part sometimes, especially like when people come in to buy his back alley stuff. He tries to look a little bit grimier, like he looks like he works harder.
Makes
So
sense.
So he looks clean now. His t-shirt's clean. His jeans are clean. He's worked with enough manipulative people to know that, like, hey, let's look normal, right? Or what he perceives as normal, right? Let's look normal. And he just goes, do not aggravate her. Like,
Fair.
You know, to like the rest of the, like, not audible enough for her to hear, but like, do not, you're mad. Do not aggravate her.
With that, the three of you step into the room.
I don't feel like we really have a choice here.
Yeah, she knows you're here, so yeah. She says, as she sees, she says, "Hi, my name's Laura too, but I prefer to be called Second Child, if that's okay with everybody. It's a clone thing. Never mind. The head said I should answer all your questions. So who are you? Who's the one that's here but I can't see?
Just consider us contractors.
Okay.
Apparently you already know why we're here. I'm assuming you know what we're here for.
The head said I'm supposed to tell you where it is.
Is the head normally this cooperative?
Well, it is with me. I made it. You know what vacuum tubes are?
Of course.
Yeah. Jason just like, yes.
Yeah. I used those instead of circuit boards, and then I used organ piping instead of a voice. I got an A+. Everybody else did boring old robots.
That is impressive. So it had kind of a steampunk vibe.
That's the one. Yeah.
Very nice.
The engineer and Jason is like going, what? He's like, oh my god, what? Tell me more. Like, you know, Jason wants to know more, but he's like, focus.
But the head also said you're not here for the head.
No, we're here for a specific item.
Oh, what is it?
We're kind of doing swapsies on it. Can we talk to the head specifically, or
it's everything? It's in the museum, and she kind of throws a thumb towards the door going north. Feedback, you can hear this whole conversation too, and you can see the room just north of here doesn't appear to be anything special. But beyond that, you see that black line
Yeah.
going north. That's black ice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she can
Since
hear
this whole
you too,
thing,
feedback.
since this
'cause
whole
you
thing
can-
works on, I was gonna say, since this whole
Yeah.
thing works on this BTL interface type thing,
Yep.
it was just gonna be like in like green Comic Sans. What about Crazy Pants and the meat bag? Just sort of behind, like beside, sort of. It looks like it's popping out from behind Moose's head.
Right. Is that so she can see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just asking, what about Crazy Pants and the meat bag?
Oh, well, you mean Rivera and Tikal?
Yeah, those guys.
Oh, Rivera got boring, so he's gonna die now. Tikal's my ninja.
Oh, you have your
He's
own
not
ninja?
gonna
Well,
ninja.
Jason just goes, ninjas are cool.
we grow them. That's the wrong word. They're clones.
Oh,
They,
so you
they
cultivate them.
modified their genetics and then cloned them. I think that's how it works.
Jason will say, "You're very smart," but like in Jason tone, like you're very smart.
Yes, I have administration privileges.
Administration privileges.
It's just
you
like
mind
logs that away.
just because this door here is okay, right? This one here is
Yep.
this one that's got the spooky black
Yes,
eyes.
exactly.
I was gonna ask, do you mind opening the door for us? I don't feel like getting my brain fried today.
I can open this one, and she points to the one that you see as this one.
Yeah.
But she says, past that one, you have to actually be there to open the door to the museum.
Would you like to come with us? It's an adventure.
I can go.
That's what
Yeah,
Jason
sure,
says.
sure, yeah. Yeah, we can do that for sure.
It
We're gonna
will
go
be
have some.
fun.
We're gonna go do some fun things.
Yep.
Starts
It
getting-
will be fun.
She starts to get up. I mean, at this point, I will say she was sunbathing, so she's just in like a one-piece bathing suit, right? And she just gets up and throws this robe on over top of it, and says, okay, what are you guys looking for though? You kind of didn't tell me. You said you were swap seeing, but what have you got and what are you swapping it with?
That's what the head's gonna tell us.
Gloriosa, I didn't want to be a pig and overexpose the young lady, so I put her in a one piece. So I'm a gentleman. I had the option of naked, and I picked a one piece. So
My head went elsewhere, but
yeah.
I out of character, I don't actually rename. I thought I jotted the note down about what we were looking for. The
Yes.
name you gave it.
If you're in Roll20, it's right there.
It should be on your map. Yeah.
Yeah, it
On the
should
list
be
of
on. It
things.
should be on your screen, Kyle.
Oh yeah, the corpus sepi. That
Yeah.
word.
The- oh, that
yeah.
it's that big book. Yeah.
Yeah.
The talking book. That's right. Yeah, Dad showed me that one a couple times. It's kind of cool. I don't know where it is. It'll be in the library somewhere.
Okay, and the head can direct us there.
Well, yeah, the head knows where everything is.
Okay, good.
But do you know how to get into the head?
We do not,
Do
but
you
I'm
know how to
guessing
get into the
you,
head?
being smart and having built the head, can tell us.
I have administrative privilege. I can get in anytime I want, but there's some things the head won't tell me.
Like what?
Maybe it'll tell us.
It
or
won't
we'll
tell me how
you.
to get past the library or the museum. I don't get to go in the house where Dad and everybody else lives. I have to stay down here.
That seems unfair.
It's because
Maybe
they
we can
keep
talk-
killing everybody.
Maybe we can talk the head into letting you in. Let's go see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if we
Bet you
could get
the
you
head
into the
could.
house.
I'll bet you
They're
the head
all-
could do it for sure, and then I could go back in and kill all of them.
Yeah,
Not bad.
absolutely.
Oh, you
Jason
guys
is
are awesome.
going
I
to,
like you guys.
Yep.
Jason is going to pause and perhaps out of character ask a terrible question. Of,
Yeah.
Who is your father? Curious.
My, the, we, That's a tough question, but we have to call him. This one is Adam 7.
Adam
Okay.
7. All right. Well, I'll
Well,
tell you what.
let's go see if we
Who
can
is your
get that.
daddy and what does he do?
Does he have a specific set of skills? Do I need to be worried?
Yep.
He is a massive thief. He is one of the greatest thieves of all time. That is his only massive skill that we're going to talk about.
I'm actually in my head. I'm thinking if he's Adam 7, maybe he's not actually as good a thief as he claims to be.
Right, because Adam
she's
was probably the
what
best.
okay. Let me clarify that because she's Laura 2 and she's a clone. So him being Adam 7, he would be the 7th clone of the original.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
but if you think
That's
about
what I mean.
photocopying and photocopying,
Yes,
photocop,
yes,
like,
fair point.
Yep.
Absolutely fair point. Yes, yep.
Well, I'm just thinking,
Before
6
you-
other Adams died trying to get stuff.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Oracle,
not
they
necessarily
are
how
just
that
retired.
works.
But
Or Laura 2 got to them.
yes, she did kill a lot of people.
That's not necessarily how
Second
that
child
works. If
kills
they're
lots of
built in a batch of 10 all at once and all decanted at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
true,
But
true.
my
You
thought
just roll a
process
random
more
number
music to
generator and
me.
bring that one out. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of the berry squad. There was nine berries. They're all clones of their master berry, but they were all decanted at the same time, and they're all used as a squad of elite fighters.
I heard nothing after
Hmm.
Masterberry.
I
There's
was thinking more the Venture Brothers, just all those clones of Hank and Dean.
there's actual RPG where you start off as 6 clones, and the idea is to try and get at least one of them to the end of the game alive.
Ooh.
Because the robot in charge. Oh, there's something about it changes every round. Somebody plays it differently. The rules change all the time. Like it's impossible to stay alive. It's just trying to get at least one of your 6 clones to the end. I'm gonna have to find it now because I remember thinking this is really interesting, but I didn't play it because it kills everybody, and I don't usually play those games. But speaking of stone cold killers, second child is willing to head with you to the library.
Yep.
Or to the museum. I keep
Yes.
saying the library.
Yes.
You head towards that direction, and they get you through the first door. Just for feedbacks, just to keep his OCD in order. I'll put all the people up there in the room that you're actually in now. This room that you're passing through was actually like a guest bedroom, but again, it's so ancient. The sheets that are strapped to the bed, the rubber bands pulling the sheets have gone all, like rubber bands do when they've been too long.
So
they don't have any
crusty
snap
and-
anymore. As soon as you touch them, they're just going to go poof and explode. They look like that. The room, again, the air is getting recycled all the time, but the place has just got this patina of unuse about it. And heading north, there is this door. It is going to take a hack to get through it. She says, I'm not allowed through here. In fact, every time I touch that panel, it zorts me. I'm going to kill the prick that did that, too. And she's holding on to these. There's handles everywhere because it's 0G, right? She's holding on to one of those, and the other hand's kind of. She doesn't even seem to be aware of it. She's just doing like random stabbing motions and throttling motions with her other hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jet
Not,
is
not
gonna
all
leave her some
psychos stand at the end of the
toys.
hallway with a twin and go la la la
It's just-
la.
it's like-
Come
I-
play with us, Moose.
Dude, I'm thinking like this is like a bunch of my buddies that I used to work with, diet version.
Yeah.
All right, is this a physical hack we need or
Nope,
a hack?
this is a hack.
Okay. Feedback's actually going to drop out into meat space real quick.
Yep.
And he's going to turn on the data slate.
Actually, I did say that.
And-
Yeah, you actually have to physically hack this door.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to be here to hack it.
So he drops into meat space and he wakes up, sort of untangles himself from Moose, discovers a few new bruises.
Yeah.
Not sure where they came from.
Don't worry about it.
And he pulls out his data slate, and it's like this, decent sized kind of heavy duty computer. And he sets it down, opens up the interface, and says to the AI on board, I'm gonna need some fucking help with this.
Okay.
You're muted.
Sorry, there's a beep beep truck outside. So I said, okay. The slate responds. It's got a personality. In fact, I'm going to steal this from the same book I stole this adventure from. It's a hacker you used to know. He died and they put him on a ROM. So he's a read-only memory. You shut him off, he has no memory of when he's not here. But he is the construct of the best hacker you ever knew.
The guy who taught me what I was.
Yeah.
The guy who gave me.
Andy has the ability now to move his fingers move at the speed of light. He's not limited cracking a keyboard now, right? You're just some hacker that I used to know. Just this guy, you know, we lived in an alley.
Oh no, I heard the song.
Yeah,
I heard
so
the song.
Excuse me.
He's gonna go to the real feedback. He's like, I'm gonna need some help.
The real feedback, yeah. And the real feedback grins. Says, you hear him say, watch this. And he turns around and he just, like, you see an image of yourself. It's like it pulls out of yourself. You're a virtual self, right? And you pull out of yourself another virtual self. And that one just walks up to the door and just turns into this paste against the wall. This absolutely transparent gel. And it very slowly starts to pick up the colors of the wall beyond it until it matches perfectly. And you hear your own voice say, like, I'm not even here. And it just passes through the wall. From the other side, you see, because you've got this weird split vision now, like there's if your physical self is you're standing here, your first virtual self is on this side of the door, your second virtual self is on that side of the door, and it hits just something as simple as hits the button. It's not locked from this side. And the door opens. You hear ta-da as he slides back into your deck.
Thanks, buddy.
The door opens. And you're going to get... we're going to give you this description and then we're going to drop the curtain. So this is it. This is absolutely no question. This is the library. Sorry, the museum. I keep saying library. I realized my notes, I changed from museum to library halfway through, and that's why I keep saying this.
I was like, we can rename it the library. If you
The
want
weird
to.
part with this place, no, because it is a museum. It's not a library. It's not all books. It's a 6-meter tube that's about 20 feet across. And it just projects out about 18 meters, almost 60 feet ahead of you. The sides have stuff, square furniture bolted to it and shelves and cases and everything else all the way along, filling up about 2 meters all the way around. So there's only this tube down the middle that's about 6 feet across, 2 meters, all the way down past all this priceless stuff. I mean, you can see Michelangelo marbles glued to the wall, Picasso's hanging on racks, on like the flippy racks like they used to put posters on with one on each side. You know, there's just priceless artwork after priceless artwork on this big rack on one wall. On the other side, there's like 7 Ming vases, the only 7 left. And it's just this, and again, nobody's been here in ages. Nobody's in here appreciating this stuff. You realize it was never about the thing. It was about the theft. At the very end, 60 feet away from you, sitting on a plinth that sticks out of the end of the wall, is a gold and platinum head facing towards you. It ends at the bottom of the neck. It's the plinth that it's on is ornate gold-veined marble. And you can see it's stuck to it because, again, there's no gravity here. So this plinth on the ground with this thing on top of it. It's cloisonné, I think I got that word right. Platinum and gold, surfaced in places with hundreds of multicolored jewels. There's a black metal framework that forms oversized eyes in tiny metal filigree, each one of those holes filled up with a different colored gem. Around the mouth, dozens and dozens of crushed rubies fold the lip and larger, making it a big sort of oversized clownish smile. And you can see in the eyes, there's ceramic discs. You can see even from here, they're actually printed circuit boards that have been ground so thin they're translucent and you can see through them. And you can hear a slight hum as it comes to light. It doesn't glow or anything outrageous like that. It just sits there and hums because vacuum tubes hum as they warm up.
I'm reminded of Hal in all the terrible ways.
Yep. The eyes switch. They close and open again. Instead of those greenish ceramic printed circuit boards, there's cameras watching you. And that is where we'll drop the curtain on tonight. Finally at the head.
Dice
Museum
count.
called the library. It's the library museum. There you go. Pulled my ass out of the fire.
Dice death count 11.
I have two.
11 dead dice. Man, you're a bastard. No wonder you have hundreds. I rolled 665. So yeah, that's all I remember from tonight. I
I'm
don't remember the good rolls.
unfortunately waiting for the time when I go through all 30. I hopefully that never happens, but
Oh, we're only on part 3 of this 7-part mission.
that's
So,
true.
and you're not even done it yet. You still got to get the information, get the book, and get out. That's the important part.
Yeah, I'm thinking
out.
personally that they're not even gonna know about the swap season unless something
Nope.
goes here. We're like, nobody fucking comes down here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No. Oh, yeah. I have an answer for that. You're absolutely right, and I'm going to let you think on that I'm going to let you believe that for a week because there is a yeah. There you go. Well done,
That
because
old
you've now got
DM,
a
I'll
week
let
to.
you believe
Now you've
what
got
you
a week to
believe.
go. I'm feeling comfortable, and I know I shouldn't be.
Oh no, I got plans.
Oh,
You can make
good.
your
Yeah.
plans. Jed has his plans.
Bring them all. Bring all the plans. Oh wow, what a week! 5 nights. 5 nights. One more to go tomorrow night. Probably the craziest one of all tomorrow night. This one was weird, and getting weirder. But tomorrow night's going to start all the way in weird and go from there. So before we get to that, though, thank you to these wonderful people who came along this trip with me. This is more than a game for me. This is Memory Road. This is a tribute to one of my favorite authors. This is a tribute to one of my favorite genres. This game is a big deal for me, and I'm so happy that it's going the way it is. Roostbar, there's more stuff to kill. I promise you, there's more stuff to kill. The next one, there's a whole building full of people to kill. So this one was the one stealth mission. And you got to kill somebody anyway. So, but yes, thank you for coming with me on this one, because I know, Roostbar, you and Bison have kind of got a different cyberpunk worldview than I do, because yours comes from a different source, right? The different authors, different games. But you've also got a background in Shadowrun too, so you're kind of that middle ground. So it's great fun to play with you, because you keep reminding me of stuff like the medical thing that comes and picks you up when you die and things like that.
Dock wagon. Yeah.
Dock wagon,
I
yeah,
love
because
dock wagons, yeah.
they built a game that was way too deadly and went, oh boy. I
Yeah.
know, we'll make you eternal as long as you've got money. But
Death
yes,
is expensive.
yes,
Death
it was
is expensive.
yes. The platinum card with Dock Wagon was very expensive too. But thank you very much for bringing a real traditional Shadowrun kick 'em up, shoot 'em up character. I appreciate that very much. Bison, same thing, different reason. Again, you're from that sort of harder science world side of it, the cyberpunk side of it, and I really appreciate that too. The Shadowrun has magic in it. My sort of William Gibson cyberpunk stuff doesn't. So I get that the cyberpunk world parts of it a little more.
I wanted to play a Netrunner specifically because this is a cyberpunk game.
Yeah, and
I wanted to do
I
that.
love it. And my knock on most cyberpunk net running mechanics is they're too bloody complicated. So we've hyper simplified them here using Tiny Frontiers, and I think it still works.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's about painting pictures of what these places look like rather than about rolling 7 dice and trying to figure out how many successes
Yeah.
you got, right?
I like narrative net running. It's a lot more fun than mechanic. I
Yeah.
think, in my
And
personal opinion.
Shadowrun net running is hideous. Oh, every node you gotta hack into it and find out what it does, and they're real. Like 90% of the system has got nothing to do with what you need to do here today, but it's all there for you to wander around in until you find what you're looking for. So yeah, we got rid
Much
of all
rather
that
be a
foolishness.
rigger.
Yeah.
Much rather be a rigger.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shadowrun's the only way to go. It's the only way to not die. You just need to buy new gear every second episode.
Yep.
Blew up another one of my drones. Oops, I'm gonna start buying the cheap ones.
Yep.
But thank you for that. For
Us riggers build their own.
Yes, yeah. Kyle, I love your take on this. Jet's this. It's another kind of cyberpunk. I keep seeing Jet animated, like almost like a graphic novel sort of, with the motion lines behind him, and I almost get him in that sort of. That's almost how I see him acting in this. So again, another twist on cyberpunk, another way to do it a different way. That sort of almost anime style to it. So I love it. I love what everybody's bringing to this. And playing Jason, man, not a lot of cyberpunk experience as I understand it when you came into this. So you've got that other way of coming at it, in that it's from a completely fresh state of mind. So I've got this holographic character with a great memory, and he's an engineer, and that's all I need to know to play this game. And that to me shows a really important part of this is that is all it takes to play this game. You don't need to be a sci-fi buff to play a sci-fi game.
Yeah, and I mean, you've seen me play like stoic rogue to absolutely berserk sugar glider barbarian, and Jason is a character of mine who is very much out of my wheelhouse a lot of the times, because like I'm a very emotional, charismatic person, and Jason is just not.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I appreciate all of you and what all of you brought to this. We will be back for you're nowhere near done this mission yet, but you're into the guts of it now. So we will see what happens next week. But first, before I do the other two thank yous, no, let's do the other two thank yous first, otherwise I'll forget them. Thank you to chat. It is always a joy. Gloriosa, I'm going to call you out. I'm just going to flat out call you out. You're amazing. You just so much fun to watch you in chat. It's like having another player here. It's like having a peanut gallery here. That's what it is. You guys
love us a peanut gallery.
Oh yeah, I love me some peanut gallery, and I'm not. It turns out I'm not. I wrecked a joke by forgetting the word. Peanut allergy. I'm not allergic to peanut galleries. So there you go. So thank you. It's great having you guys. Thunderscape. It's good to see you're feeling well enough to join us again this evening. Everybody else that was in there, thank you. Couldn't say it enough. I do this because I like being watched. And whether the rest of them admit it or not, I think it's kind of true with the rest of them too. And yes, they are expert level peanut gallery, and I would like to invite the rest of you to join in. I haven't said it in a long time, but Break My Game applies to all the players in all my games. Break my plot. I will come up with something, do something I didn't expect. I will reward you for surprising me. That goes for all my players. It also goes for chat. If you come up with something outrageous, I will damn well put it in because it's funny or it's interesting or it's a better idea than what I had. Together, we tell a better story, and that together it doesn't have to stop at the five of us sitting here at this virtual table. So thank you very much to chat. And thank you to the YouTube peoples. We're getting quite a few again showing up and watching this on YouTube. So thank you to all of you folks for watching it and responding to it. Please hit that like button if you got all the way to here, because I'm going to assume you did. And now, before the sign off, I want to mention it again. 5 nights a week. Wednesday nights, a very non-traditional twist on a traditional game, our take on the Lost Mines of Phandelver. Thursday nights, a home-built game. You know what? I don't like homebrew. I'm going to use self-created because that's a word I think it just sounds better. Homebrew sounds like beer with floaties in it. A self-created world of another one of our players who has turned into a GM. And then on Fridays, we alternate. Next week is The Unwanted, and then every second week is something funny to offset the evilness that is The Unwanted. Saturdays, we are back here next week for more of this wonderfulness, Harlequin ReduX. And then on Sunday, starting tomorrow, is The Dark Side of the Dodecahedron. Tune in for that one. That's going to be strange. That's me saying it's going to be strange. I went extra strange on this one, so you got to tune in. This is nuts. We also got a new player joining us, so tune in to meet them and welcome them to the fold. With that, I'm going to wrap it up. And I'm going to go back to the original. I'm going to go back to where we started. Until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Night.